What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And honey, do I have another delicious kind of a recipe for you right here in the kitchen. I'm gonna show you how I turn up this recipe. Butter garlic, fish and shrimp in the kitchen, fast, easy and simple. If it is the first time here, make sure you subscribe, goodie, and turn on your post notifications so you won't miss another upload. And for all of my returning goodies, on a don't know 7 loving it to the max. Let's cook. Okay, goodies, let's turn up this fish and shrimp recipe, fast, easy and simple. Now we're going to add some salt to it and a little bit of black pepper, right? A combination of two. Then in addition to that, you're going to add some fish seasoning, all right? You're going to turn that fish over on the other side and repeat the same step. Now, please make a note that you could use any kind of a fish that you so choose to use. This fish right here is our really cheap fish right this, alright? Nothing fancy or dancy or not like that. Snapper is the way to go, but if you cannot afford snapper in a them expensive time here, you can go this route like I'm doing here, alright? Just make sure you're massaging that black pepper and salt and the fish seasoning into the fish and just set it aside. Moving right along, I have my shrimp here. I'm going to season up these shrimp really mellow. Now I'm using the tiger shrimp here. Now my tiger shrimp is uncooked. You want to be sure to use uncooked shrimp for this recipe. The shrimp is already clean on top, but it is not clean on the bottom. I am going to take off the shell of the shrimp. As you can see right here, it is not clean on bottom. You want to make sure that you deveined your shrimp on the bottom as well. You want to clean that shrimp out. It is very important that you clean your shrimp before you go ahead and put any seasonings on it. All right. After I took it out, I gave it a nice little rinse with some lemon juice, and I was ready to season. All right. Now to season the shrimp, this is what I did. I added a little bit of black pepper to it. Okay, and then I did go in and had just a little bit of the seafood seasoning. The seafood seasoning here has a lot of salt on it, so I just kind of mellow out that. I did go in and add just a tad bit of the lemon pepper seasoning. The lemon pepper seasoning here is going to give it that lemony flavor, and it's also going to give it a nice little aroma, something out of the box. I did go in and add some chili powder to the mix as well. If you don't want to add that, add cayenne pepper, all right? Now I did go in and just season it up. Just give it a nice little mix right here. Very simple here. Now if you want to add any other seasonings to your shrimp, you could go ahead and add those shrimp seasoning, but it was good to go, and you don't have to go and marinate anything. It's ready to cook. It's ready to go. Now, what you're going to need though is one very large onion, and you could use any onion of your choice, but I decided to go with this one. But you want to just be sure that you have a very large onion. Now, you want to just go ahead and cut it into cubes. You don't have to cut your onions up tiny. We don't want to mince this onion up. You want to cut it into cubes here, right? And you're good to go. Also, if you want to add bell peppers, you could go ahead and add bell pepper as well. But the onion right here is perfectly fine. It's going to give it a nice flavor, honey, at the end of the recipe. It's amazing. Be sure that you're subscribed to the channel if you're not. Don't just watch me here cooking and all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share all this goodness with all your friends, all right? Now moving right along, in my pan here, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of oil. Any oil of your choice will do. To the oil, all right, I'm adding a half stick of butter. Total 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I added about 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic here. And then all you have to do here is just make sure that it's melted somewhat. You don't have to melt all the way through, but just give it a nice little friendly mix. Now you want to go in and add your shrimp in. We're going to allow these shrimp to cook at a medium heat, all right? And it's going to cook for about 2 minutes on each side. We are going to cook these shrimp for a total of 4 minutes only. Now, if you overcook your shrimp at this step, you're going to ruin the entire recipe. So please, if you have to time it, go ahead and time it. 2 minutes in, you want to go back and turn it on the other side with your stove at a medium heat. You want it to soak up that buttery flavor along with your garlic. It is doing something great already right here. And it is critical for the remainder of the recipe, okay? So just go ahead, turn it on the other side. 2 minutes in, 4 minutes total. And after that, we are just going to go ahead and remove it from the heat. Do not let it sit around and hang around in that pot because it's going to get hard and overcooked. So we'll go ahead and remove that from the pan. Also, I'm going to be sure that your notification settings is on so you will know whenever your girl upload content. You will be the first to know. And subscribe. And again, share all this good love with all your friends, all right? Now, this is what the shrimp looks like when it is all done. It is not all the way cooked, but that is exactly the way I want to have it looking like. Now, in that same frying pan, we're going to go back in and add the remainder of the butter. So you're going to have 4 tablespoons of the unsalted butter here. That is going to lift the flavor from the shrimp all the way up. That is what you need to have happen. Now, after you do that step with your fire still at a medium heat, goodie, you go in and you place your fish of choice, all right, into the pan. We are going to allow this fish to cook for 4 minutes here. You're going to turn it on the other side, all right, and allow it to cook for an additional 4 minutes. Your fish should take about 8 minutes total right here. Then you remove them from that good flavor. And this is what your fish is going to look like when you've completed this step. Moving right along, in that same pan that you did your shrimp and your fish is a whole heap of tropical flavor. Just go in and throw in your chopped onions. Well, not chopped. Anyway, yeah, just put your onions in the pot, is what I'm saying. And then after about 2 minutes or so, you go in and add 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, all right, just to lift those flavors up. And I did add some dried pepper flakes, all right. You can add scotch bonnet if you want, but because me not like pepper in my house too much, I went in and added the dried pepper flakes, about a half teaspoon of that. Gave it a nice little toss, all right, with your fire still here at a medium heat only. You don't want to put your fire at a high heat because it's going to cook too fast, all right? You want to be able to see your onions crisp. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm adding about 3 to 4 tablespoons of orange juice to it. And I have some freshly squeezed orange juice here. If you don't have freshly squeezed orange juice, just go ahead and grab yourself some orange juice from the box, right? It's going to work just fine. Give it a nice little toss and allow the orange juice to soak up inside of your onions. Now to that, I'm going to add some chopped chives to it, all right? Then I'm going to add some parsley as needed. Then I'm going to add some oregano. Okay, and then we're going to add some basil. Put those herbs in there. Put the herbs in there is what we're trying to achieve here. Just throw them herbs up in that thing. And just give it a nice little toss. Again, with your fire still at a medium heat. Okay? All right. Now allow this to cook again for an additional 60 seconds only. You go back in and you add another 3 to 4 tablespoons of the orange juice. Now, after you have done this, all right, you're going to go in now and start to do magic to your recipe, all right? Magic. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go back in with your fire still at a medium heat and put your fish into that good sauce. Okay, just throw that fish up in there. And again, it's the fish that you like. I know somebody going to ask me what kind of fish you be using up, but use the fish where you like, all right? Now, just go in and add add your shrimp around the perimeter of the pot. Do not add, well, if you want to add the fish, the shrimp them all over the place, you go ahead and add the shrimp all over the place. But in this kitchen, honey, because we like to decorate things, we're just going to go ahead and put them shrimps all around. I don't want them in the middle because I don't want them to be bubbling and overcook and get rubbery. So we go ahead and just add it around. We are just going to have this thing covered. All right, don't waste any fish juices or shrimp juice. Just throw everything in there, and then just get that sauce on the fish. All right, just make sure you get some of that good sauce on top of that fish. You want to make sure that your fish on both sides is filled with flavor. Island flavor, you know what I say? Go ahead and do that. Your fish is going to look like that. You go ahead and you're going to cover this bad boy up. Give it 2 minutes tops. 2 minutes later you come back. That is what you will have. Your food is all done, honey. Garlic, butter, fish and shrimp in your kitchen any day of the week. Fast, easy and simple. Now, honey, make sure to enjoy this recipe and share this good love with all your friends and family. Tell them we're going over here. Bring them, come and send them, come. I'm waiting. When you get done doing that, tell them what you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!